Yes, everyone, how are we doing? And welcome to the post-match review for Manchester United 2, Manchester City 0. We have been well and truly battered, annihilated, embarrassed. Everything that I wanted, expected, and predicted Manchester City would do to Manchester United, it has been flipped on its head, and we have been on the receiving end of an embarrassment, an absolute embarrassment. Head to toe, that performance, player for player, near enough. The whole game was disgusting. It was disgusting for Manchester City. I can't believe, and I think I'm in amongst every single Manchester City fan who just watched that game, disbelief, utter disbelief on what we have just spent 90 minutes of our time watching. Our biggest rivals, Manchester United, the team that we hate more than anyone. The fixture, like I said ahead of the game, that I look to at the start of every single season. When are we playing them at home? When are we playing them away? We beat them at home. We battered them at home. When things weren't going right for City, when we were off the back of 2 losses in a row, earlier in the season, 4th game of the season, we beat them. We battered them at the Etihad. And you know what? We've just been battered at Old Trafford. I think, despite the fact that we beat them 3-0 at the Etihad and they just beat us 2-0, so technically, where it's 3-2 in aggregate? No, it's not. No, it's not. Because they annihilated. That was a much better performance than we put in against them this season. I can't remember the last time I have seen Manchester City beaten that badly in a game. I think some of the teams we've played against over the past few years, your Real Madrids, your Bayern Munichs, your good Arsenal sides, your amazing Liverpool sides, no team has done that to us. Not in a game. Not in a game. The scoreline doesn't reflect the way that I feel right now. The scoreline doesn't reflect the empty performance that the Manchester City players put in today. I can't believe it. Coming into the game, all the pressure, all the expectation was on Manchester City, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City side. Rightly so. I put that expectation, I put that pressure on as well. Every single person, United fans included, a lot of them, would have been thinking, oh, this is going to be tough for United today. City going to be all over them. Everyone, every United pundit, every pundit, every fan, everyone, like I said, everyone was expecting City to go to United today with the form that they've been in, with the signings we've made, the performance that we put in at St James's Park a few days ago. Honestly, everyone thought that City would go there today and give United a good beating, give them a good game at least. We didn't even give him a good game. We didn't lay a glove on him. We didn't create one good chance. We played like we expected United to win. We played with fear. We played with fear against that team, against the team with Michael Carrick in charge. Roy Keane said ahead of the game about Michael Carrick. He's only ever managed. He's had one job in management, and he failed at Middlesbrough. He failed. I don't care how he was as a footballer. That is irrelevant. You've had some wicked players who have turned out to be pretty poor managers. And you crumbled, you panicked, and you look scared against the Manchester United team that have been knocked out of the cup to Grimsby, been knocked out of the cup just a week ago to Brighton. They're not even in the top 6 coming into this game. We're supposed to be battling for a Premier League title. We've beaten a very good side at one of the toughest grounds to go to a matter of days ago. Our new signing's coming. He's on fire. We're making a new brilliant signing in Matt Gahey within the coming days. Everything was on the up for City. And we've come into the game looking scared, looking nervous. We look so shaky with the ball at the feet. We couldn't pass the ball. We've got the manager, Pep Guardiola. I'm not putting any of the blame on Pep Guardiola. We'll get into this conversation back into the video. But I'm not blaming Pep here. But I'm saying the coach that is Pep Guardiola, the team, the Manchester City team. Forget the wicked Barcelona, the passing Bayern Munich, the brilliant sides he's managed, the type of footballer that he was himself. The teams that he's managed at City, passing teams, the football they've played. Honestly, it's been beautiful to watch. It's been amazing to watch. That passing was that of like an Allardyce team, of a Tony Pulis team, an Alan Pardew team. And I'm like, I don't have the words for it. I don't have the words for it. We couldn't string a pass together. Early on, we looked nervous. United didn't have any great chances early on. They didn't. What am I about? I'm forgetting the Maguire chance after 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, Harry Maguire from a yard out, hit the post, hit a crossbar. We got away with murder then. That should have been a wake-up call a few minutes into the game. Hey, listen, they'll get up for this. Despite the fact they all had to present, we don't care about Manchester City. I said ahead of the game, United don't care about City until they beat City. And then when they beat City, it's like winning a cup. It's like winning a final. That's when they care. Oh, they care now. The people in my comments, the messages I'm getting, the calls you're getting, they care now, don't they? Listen, if that was the other way around and City had beaten United 2-0, they wouldn't care. It's only that City they care when they beat us. Deep down, they care. They're showing it now. And they should. It's rival. I'm not going at them for caring. They should do. I wish our players cared. I wish our players shown as much care and hunger and desire. Honestly, I'm in disbelief. I'm shocked. I'm lost for words. I'm coming in here. I've got a camera propped up thinking, well, oh yeah, I'm going to talk about a game. I've got nothing to say. I've got absolutely nothing to say. I don't know what to say because I'm in utter disbelief. I'm in utter shock. The quality that we have on that pitch, the players we have got in that team against a team of that quality, that lack of quality. The performances United have put in this season, and you turn up like that with fear. This is Old Trafford. This ain't the same Old Trafford that teams were going to 10, 15 years ago. No, it wasn't. It's not Sir Alex Ferguson in charge no more. It's Michael Carrick. It's Michael Carrick. He was a teenager the last time that, we should have went there and been scared. Honestly, as I said, started off the game, it should have been a wake-up call. Harry Maguire's header, we got away with murder. You think, right, regroup, sort yourselves out, start playing proper football, start creating chances. We didn't create a single chance all game. And there's some people now after it that are blaming the lineup. Listen, the lineup was what it was. I was a little bit shocked with a few of the picks. Rico Lewis came in, but as much as everyone's going to blame Rico now, let's pin it all on Rico. I'll get into that as well. This is going to be a long one. I've got a lot to say now. All of a sudden, I'm saying, I've got nothing to say. There's things that are flying to me now. It isn't all on Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis was really poor today. It isn't all on him. But he was in right back today because Mateus Nunes has the flu. So what else do you want to do? What else are you supposed to do now? Tell me. You know what I mean? He's our only other right back. He's not exactly right back. Nunes isn't exactly a right back. There are two right back options. He's playing Lewis. Simple as that. He was good. It was only a week ago against Exeter that he was amazing, and everyone said, I think we owe Rico Lewis an apology. I think we owe, Lewis an apology. He was quite good today. We should see more Lewis. And now, one back game again. He's back in the academy. He's not good enough. Honest to God. Left back, Nathan Ake, was surprised at that. I thought the form that Nico O'Reilly's been in, I was surprised that O'Reilly didn't start. But then, O'Reilly came in at half-time, and are we supposed to look at these changes he made at half-time and the changes he made during the game and the lineup he put out and gone, hey, that's the reason we lost. Hey, look, Cherky not starting. That was the reason we lost. What did he do when he was on the pitch? O'Reilly at left back, Nathan Ake wasn't good enough. If you'd have had O'Reilly, what did he do when he was on the pitch? What did he do when he started? When he was brought on? Nothing. There's no play. I don't care what the lineup looks like. I don't care. There wasn't enough players on that bench that you can swap in, that you can make a good argument. So, okay, yeah, O'Reilly, at our best 11, you think, okay, O'Reilly does start. You think Cherky, to be fair, has got a shout at starting. Who else do you put in? As I said, Nunes has the flu. We've got a defence crisis at the back. What else do you want us to do? So I'm not going to start looking at the lineup and going, hey, that's the reason we lost. We lost because we didn't put anywhere near, fight, intensity, care, hunger, desire, effort, everything. We didn't put anywhere. We didn't match United in any single way today. Any single way. We didn't do it. We weren't good enough. Onto the game itself. I'm not getting distracted again. First half, we were miles off it. The only half chance, the only shot on target we had throughout the entire 90 plus minutes was Max Alain's effort from the corner, cleared off the line by Delo. Speaking of Delo, why was he still on the pitch to clear that? Why was Delo still on the pitch to clear that shot? Red card or no red card, I'm not going to go over into it. I'm not going to go overboard. I'm going to get into it, of course, but I'm not going to go overboard and start blaming that for the reason we lost. That wasn't the reason we lost. Yes, it made a difference. Yes, it had been a completely different game. And yes, to be fair, we might have won against them when we might have. Who knows? The way we played today, I probably doubt it, to be fair, but we might have. It would have been a different game. But I'm not putting all that. He stayed on the pitch. We shouldn't rely on officials. We shouldn't be relying on officials to do their jobs. We know. We learned literally a matter of days ago that they're useless. We've seen it all season. We can't rely on these officials to make the right decisions. Yes, Delo should have been off. Knee-high tackle, studs up. Are we having a laugh here? Clearest red card I've seen all day. Every single person, pundit, fan I've spoken to, I've seen, I've read, I've listened to, have all said the same thing. They've all said, clear as day red card. How is that not a red card? How is that a red card? The pundits at half time. How is that not a red card? Maker Richards, Daniel Sturridge, Roy Keane. Name me a person. If you think of a red card, Roy Keane comes to mind. If Roy Keane said that's a red card, it's a red card. Matt Goldbridge, one of the most biased, biggest United fans on social media, the biggest online social media footballing person, I think it's probably fair to say. Most biased, he hates it, absolutely hates it. Again, he's another one, pretends to not care about City, but listen to the way you go screaming and shouting as soon as you beat us, you know what I'm saying? You don't have that reaction for Brighton, don't have that reaction for Crystal Palace, don't have that reaction for Burnley, but you don't care about us. He said, got away with murder there, red card. How on earth can you not give a red card for the knee-high challenge studs up? It's dangerous, it's reckless. I don't care if he's not gone flying in like Paul Scholes and Zabaleta years ago. I'm not saying he has to do that to get a red card, but we're seeing similar challenges for that, worse, lesser challenges for that, less dangerous challenges for that, less reckless challenges like that. Sent off. Red card. That is disgusting. I don't care. They didn't have the bottle. They didn't have the bottle. That's what it is. The VAR officials didn't have the bottle to send him off. They didn't. Not at Old Trafford. Not the theatre of dreams. Not with Sir Alex Ferguson sat in the stand. You don't have it in you. You don't have it in you to send him off. 10 minutes into a game. Didn't have the bottle to send him off. If that was 40 minutes into the game, if that was 60 minutes into the game, and that was Brighton against Burnley, that's a red card. Because it's United, because it's Delo, because Sir Alex Ferguson sat in the stands and it's like Manchester United and it's in front of the Stretford end, you panic, you bottle it, bottle job. The referee bottled it today. Absolutely bottled it. Clear as day red card. Clear as day red card. Clear as day red card. Honestly. Stupid. Stupid. But once again, yes, he should have been off. And yes, it might have changed the game. It didn't. He didn't go off. And as I said, we can't rely on officials to do the job. We've learned it time and time again. And we've got to play on. We've got to deal with the poor officiating. The best league in the world. One of the biggest derbies of the league. You've got to deal with his poor officiating. It is what it is. Swings and roundabouts. There'll be a derby in 4 or 5 years' time when we might get look at the green. You know? Honestly. And from that, the performance wasn't there. First half, had a few little call-outs. You know what I mean? A few little shocks. Donnarumma, a few decent saves. A little bit shaky at the back. Like I said, the passing. Max Elaine at the back looked panicky. Nathan Ake at the back looked panicky. You're passing the ball to him. It's going out of play. Trying to pass it back, being caught, tackled. Donnarumma was brilliant off his line today. That's fell on it. Honest to bleeding God. What can go right? This is what a cheap setup looks, by the way. This is what we're doing here. This is how rushed this is. I've sellotaped a bleeding flag to my wardrobe. That's what we're about here. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Forgot where I was at now. Yeah, passing at the back, shaky. Donnarumma thought was brilliant off his line today. Came out, tackles, saves in that first half. He saved us in that first half. I went into half time thinking, listen, that's a red card, clear as day. But City haven't done enough here. United looked the better side. They looked the more attacking side. They looked like they can punish us. We looked like we were waiting to be punished. Thought we need changes at half time. And fair to Pep. Listen, people want to blame Pep. People are going to blame Pep for anything. As soon as it's one bad result, people blame Pep. I'm not hearing it. I'll never, ever hear anything putting a full-on result about Pep Guardiola. I'd get it if we had a full squad. I'd get it if we had these plethora of options and Marmoush was back to bring off the bench and we had Mark Gahey already signed and we had Ruben Diaz there who didn't start for some reason, Vardiol, and honestly, I'd understand it. But it weren't like we had this big packed bench. I mean, like you're saying, how on earth is he not started? There was a dilemma. There was a headache for Pep Guardiola that was on about in the preview, that was on about before. That everyone, honestly, there was even groups of people saying this person should be dropped. This person should be dropped. It was an impossible decision dropping Foden, Cherki, Doku, or Semenyo. It was impossible. Who'd you choose? He went with Cherki. You couldn't have picked. I went with Doku. I thought Doku was probably our best attacker out of the four, so I'd have been wrong as well. You know what I'm saying? Listen. You say, oh, should have started Cherki. It's good in hindsight, isn't it? But again, I'm not buying into it. I'm not buying into the should have started Cherki because he was on the pitch for 45 minutes and did nothing. He was on the pitch longer than Phil Foden if he included additional time. Did nothing. Did as little as Phil. Oh, you'll hear about Phil Foden now, won't you? Hear about Phil Foden. He's a little scapegoat that I'm seeing now. You're seeing a little. There's a few ones here and there that dig out. Bernardo Silva, Rico Lewis. There was a few others last season. But this one, starting to see one creeping here about Phil Foden. I'm not having it. Not buying into it, not whatever. Don't care. Yes, he weren't good today. Yes, he wasn't. But who was good? Other than Donnarumma and Kusanov, who was good today? Tell me. No one. Cherki spent longer than him on the pitch and did just as little of him on the pitch. But listen, like I said, we may change the second half. Pep, despite the fact what everyone thinks, he made changes. He's seen something wrong. He's seen the issue that we all seen and thought, okay, we'll throw in Ryan Cherki. You know what I'm saying? Bring him on for Phil Foden. Phil Foden's looked a bit off it this half. Bring him on. Great decision. Nico O'Reilly. Probably got it wrong starting Max Elaine, maybe throwing him into the deep end like this, or maybe playing Nathan Ake at left back. Might have got that wrong. We'll put Ake at centre out, which I thought was the right decision. As I said, Max Elaine, despite the fact he's been brilliant for City since he joined back, he looked terrified out there today. After the first, he didn't start the game well. Then first passes weren't coming off, the first touches weren't coming off, and you could just see like he thought, okay, I'm not here, I'm not ready for this. So it was the right thing he did, putting Ake at centre half. But as I said, Nico O'Reilly did nothing off the bench. Honestly, defensively was poor, picked up a yellow card within 2 minutes. And Cherki did just as little as Phil Foden. I don't care about the changes. The entire performance wasn't good enough. Man to man, it wasn't performing enough. The team performance wasn't good enough. United beat us physically, mentally. They ran more than us. They chased more than us. They pressed more than us. They attacked more than us. They defended better than us. Head to toe, everything about Manchester United was better than Manchester City today. And that is unacceptable. Unacceptable. You look at the quality in that Manchester City team compared to that Manchester United team. You look at the form that some of these players have been in this season. The manager that we've got, head to toe everything about this Manchester City should be better than Manchester United. and we didn't. We looked off it. We looked miles off it. Miles off it. I can't believe it. So then second half, as I said, changes made. What changes to the actual to the performance? No. Let's not be silly. Let's not kid ourselves. We look just as bad. Just as bad. I don't know what Pep said to them at half time. Keep going, lads. Bleeding shouldn't have been. I don't know what he thought, but I don't know what the conversation was. But I tell you what, and I don't, obviously we don't know what Pep would have said. We don't know what his talk would have been like. But we've seen enough videos of what he can be like as a motivator, as he can lift the players up. We've seen it, and he's proven it in trophies he's won. He's proven it in behind the scenes stuff we've seen, series we've seen that they've been posted. Whatever he must have said would have went through this ear and out the other, or through that ear and out the other. Because I tell you now, we looked the exact same weakness, the exact same fear, exact same vulnerability, exact same, lack of concentration at certain times of the ball. Just copy and paste from the first half. And honestly, the longer the game was going on, the more I was wanting just to see the back of it, get it finished. It was, honestly, it just looked like it was going to happen. They were waiting to score. I mean, they scored in the first half. Of course, it was just offside. We knew that. And that one was probably the clearer one from the 3 offsides. Yeah. But we looked like we were just waiting to concede. We looked like we were waiting to be hit on a break. And it was from a poor free kick. I think it was Bernardo Silva. Wasn't a great ball into the box. They clear it. Ryan Cherky should have done better trying to defend it, trying to chase it. And then it was a 4-on-2 and we stood no chance. It was a 4-on-2. The pace they've got, the inexperience we had at the back. Just no chance. No chance. And Donnarumma, despite the fact he's saved us time and time again, even before he scored, some of the saves he was pulling off, double save here, one-on-one, great save with his foot. It was just brilliant. Donnarumma was immense today. And Donnarumma stopped that being an embarrassing scoreline. If it wasn't for Donnarumma's performance today, it'd have been a scoreline that is talked about in years to come. You know, the way that we go on about the 4-1 at the Etihad, the 6-1 at Old Trafford. We sing about the 6-1 all the time. Brilliant. What a memory. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Donnarumma today, there would have been a scoreline that would have been sang about every Derby day, the build-up to Derby days. Any time, basically, in the concourse at Manchester United, that is the level of scoreline we could have been punished with today because we were miles off it. We were asking to concede time and time again. And honestly, if it wasn't for the best goalkeeper in the world, I don't care if he conceded 2 in the end, the best goalkeeper in the world, it would have been embarrassing. It was embarrassing anyways, the performance, but the scoreline would have been revolting. It'd have been vile. Honestly. It was torturous, that performance. United ran all over us. I don't want to talk about the rest of the goals. Look, they hit us on the break every time, on the break. Keep hitting us on the break. And we looked weak every time. We looked vulnerable to it every time, susceptible to it every time. Every attack, they looked like they were going to score. And just man for man, we were outclassed today by United. So listen, credit to them. Which I want to throw up, I've just said. Credit to them. They put in a shift. They put in a performance that them United fans can leave that audible falling apart ground and go, listen, we can actually build off this. They can actually build off this. They won't. We know what it's like with them. They might even do something against Arsenal next week, but when it comes to playing Fulham, they'll collapse. Or some Burnley or whatever, they'll collapse. We know what they're like. But honestly, I don't believe it. I'm shocked. I'm appalled with the lack of quality in that performance there. It is honestly inexplicable. As I said before, I thought our only 2 good players were Kusanov and Donnarumma. I think they were the highlights. It's better to talk about the positives than the negatives, because the negative, I could go on for hours and hours and hours at the time. The positives, Kusanov, I thought, to be fair, was really good. His pace got us out of a lot of problems today. He was strong against Mbeumo at times. His tackling, his timing, everything. I thought Kusanov was brilliant today. And Donnarumma, as I said, stopped this being an embarrassing scoreline. But every player, I'm not going to pick holes in certain players. I thought every player's performance, barring them 2, was far from good enough. Far from the quality we've seen from them in previous games. Some of them even years of football. We know that is nowhere near their level. Nowhere near their level. They should be ashamed of some of the performances them players that they put in. I'm not going to start digging out individuals like Phil Foden, like Rico Lewis, like Bernardo Silva, that other fans are doing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. You want to blame Phil Foden? Doku was just as poor. Semenyo was just as poor. Cherky was just as poor. You want to blame Rico Lewis? Nico Riley was arguably worse. In the short spell he was on the pitch for, that second half, I thought Nico Riley was arguably worse than Rico Lewis. You won't hear that. You won't hear nothing about that. Rico Lewis is a scapegoat. Bernardo Silva. Was Rodri that much better than Bernardo today? Seriously, question mark. Was Rodri that much better than Bernardo today? Won't hear nothing about Rodri, will you? Bernardo Silva, that'll be digged out. I ain't doing it. I'm not digging out individuals like that. Not too much. The whole team, barring them 2, were miles off it. Performances were embarrassing. And what does that mean? I can't believe what I'm saying here. What does that mean for the Premier League title? Because in the Premier League, we've not won in 4 games. We've picked up a possible 3 out of 12 points. We've drew 3 and won 1. Sorry, and lost one. We've picked up 3 points out of 12. 3 points out of 12. I'll say it again, 3 points out of 12. And that's 9 points dropped against Arsenal, who are picking up points, doing their job. Against Liverpool, they look at that. They drew to Liverpool and thought, oh, we have a bad result, that. We have a bad, dropped 2 points. And we're thinking, hey, 6 points still in it now. After Brighton game, you're thinking, could we still be in it? Had a great day in the FA Cup. A great day. The Carabao Cup comes back to the Premier League, fall apart again. We are not winning this Premier League title. I didn't think we were ahead of the game. Thought we were still in the race. Still up there and around there. But no, let's not kid ourselves. We're capable of putting performances like that against at Old Trafford, a place where we've gone there and won several times. I'm dreading Anfield. I am dreading Liverpool away. Honestly, thank you. You know, that 18 to 25 scheme I complain about and struggle to get tickets. I mean, this game, the way I was gagging for the ticket. I went to sleep last night, yeah. And I mean, I'm going off topic here, but I went to sleep last night and I was thinking, please, we've got to do them. And I literally said out loud, please wake up to a message saying, yeah, mate, I can't go today. Sorry. Do you want this ticket? Found a ticket spare for you. There's a ticket flying here. I was begging for the ticket, to go flying, to be spare. No message. And I was like, didn't expect it anyway, but you're always hopeful. I'm grateful to the people that went. I'm grateful to the people in 18 to 25 scheme that got that ticket. And I'm grateful to the people in 18 to 25 scheme that have got that ticket for Liverpool away that beat me to the tickets because I don't want to see it. I don't want to be there for it, the embarrassment. I mean, just disbelief, utter shame, utter embarrassment. You've got to go and face your mates. You've got to go to work and hear it. You've got to go everywhere and hear it. Them lot. And I just lost for words, man. Lost for words. As I said, what does it mean for the title race? We're 9 points behind Arsenal when they win tonight against Forest. The team is 17th. They'll win there. That's 9 points. 9 points behind you. How many points did I just say we just dropped? 9. Oh, there you go. Look at the points we've dropped. Brighton, stupid points dropped. Chelsea, stupid points dropped. Sunderland, at the time you think a point's not too bad. Now, and then United, the worst of it all. The worst of the lot. Listen, games coming up now. You've got Bodo Glimt, Champions League, a chance to reset. A weaker side than United. Can we rotate? Can we look, rest Haaland maybe? He looks knackered, rest a couple of players. But they're no pushovers either. And we've got to make sure we qualify for Europe. Like in the top, the top 8 that we didn't last year. We can't be affording to fall off like last year and drop into that, 16 to 32, whatever it is. I don't know. But 8 to 24, I think it is. I don't know. But we can't afford to be doing that because the Premier League to me is as good as over. If you're going to put in performance like that, I'm not saying I'm going to give up all hope. I'm not saying we won't win it. I'm not saying we can't win it. I'm not saying we cannot win it. Anything's possible. We know what Arsenal can be like. They might drop points today, and it'll be even more annoying that we put in a performance like that. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't see us winning it at all, not one bit. We're going to be third by the end of this game week when Aston Villa play Everton, 3 points behind Villa. All eyes on Europe, maybe. We'll see how it comes to it at the time, but if it gets to a certain point in the season, it might be just focus on Champions League. Prioritise Champions League and try and get a big trophy there because a season winning the Champions League is not a failure whatsoever. But right now, if we're capable of beating Manchester United, then I worry about Galatasaray. Especially that level of performance against Manchester United. I mean, the ball hit the back of the net 5 times. Can you believe that? 5 times. They put the ball. Yes, 3 of them were offside, just offside. All 3 of them just offside. The ball hit the back of the Manchester City net 5 times. This game, that performance today, full stop, was a slap back to reality for some City fans, myself especially. Slap back to reality for some of them players that love, that have had some great memories there. Walked into this thinking that, okay, it's Michael Carrick, he's no manager. The players have been off it, knocked out all competitions, seen what they were like against Brighton the other day at Old Trafford. Slap back to reality for me and a lot of the players there. Humble pie. And I don't like a lot of pies. I like steak pie. Don't like apple pie. Definitely don't like humble pie, but I've just had some there because there were confidence I came into today with, the confidence, the arrogance. And the thing is, yes, fair enough, you look at it now and say, I'd probably change it because you'll be getting a lot of stick now. But at the same time, I'll probably do it next time. Because why would I not? Look at the quality in a team. This is what I don't understand. The quality in a Manchester City team compared to them. Today's unacceptable. Today's unfathomable. I couldn't. If you'd have said to me, that United would have put the ball in the back of the net 5 times against Manchester City, I'd have thought you needed medication. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe it. So yeah, if we can't do that against United, then God forbid against a really, really good side. But I'm leaving it there. I've got enough to. I've said enough. I've got nothing nice to say. I've got nothing excitable to say. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Put a thumbs up if you thought City. Listen, hey, this should be my most thumbed up video, or at least best percentage. Put a thumbs up on this video, yeah, if you thought City were poor today. Bing, 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 bing. You know what I'm saying? Honest to God, fuming, dreading seeing anyone that isn't a blue. And yeah, there's some players there, barring Donnarumma, barring Kusanov, some players there that well and truly should be going home tonight, hanging their heads in shame, should stick match of the day on today and listen to the criticism, watch back that performance. And Bodo Glimt, Wolves, don't even know who it was after that, I can't think, whoever it may be, miles better. We expect a response. And you know what it is? No matter the performance we put in against Bodo Glimt, no matter the performance we put in against Wolves, no matter the performance we put in after that, this will be in our minds because this is a big one for us. We're City fans. This is massive. This is one of the big occasions, like I said at the start of the video, like I said ahead of the game. This is a big occasion. Manchester Derby. It's one of the games you look forward to at the start of the season. The game you look forward to at the start of the season. And you've embarrassed us. A lot of the players there embarrassed us. But you know, they shouldn't even be as bothered about that. They should be ashamed of the fact they've embarrassed themselves. The quality of some of them footballers there, the memories, the joy they've brought me, the joy they've brought themselves, what they've done in these football shirts, in previous shirts, in the national shirts, the quality that we know they're capable of. That is the reason I'm so annoyed right now. Derby Day beating, embarrassing. Yeah, listen, I was going to say I can take it. I can't take it. I really can't. But I'm ashamed and I'm pissed off because of the quality that I know is in them players. And they didn't show a glimpse of it, didn't show an ounce of it today. Livid, fuming. As I said, subscribe if you're new. My next video probably be either a preview for Bodo Glimt by then. I don't know. I don't know if I'll have time. It probably won't. So it's more than likely not going to be at least a match review for Bodo Glimt if there's not a preview. But yeah, next match day vlog, Wolves on Saturday, and next away game match day vlog, Tottenham away. Tottenham away. And I know they're poor, but I don't care. Don't matter how poor they are. Don't matter how poor United are. We've got to turn over there, especially with Tottenham. I record at that stadium. They've already beaten us this season. Expect a moan miserable match day vlog for that. But that seems a lifetime away. Like I said, nothing else to say now. Gutted, feel down, and yeah, livid. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments. And we go again. Nice one.